Okay, a hole. Let's go jump down it, because that seems like the right thing to do. Welcome back to part 40 of Let's Play EarthBound. Last time we went through Lumine Hall, or Hole, or whatever the hell it's called. Now we're going down through this hole to see what the hell's on the other side, and holy crap, we are tiny. We're just like little skittle things. Anyway, this is the Lost Underworld. This is one of the final areas of the game, actually. So, basically, the whole point of this thing is you're tiny and everything else is just absolutely massive, and holy crap, look at that dinosaur. It's like being in Jurassic Park. We're in Jurassic Park, everyone. This is the Wet-No-Saur. The enemies in this area have quite a significant amount of HP, but you should be able to, play your way through them quite easily. These things are weak to fire, but I still think that freeze is probably more effective on them because it does just as much damage anyway. And you got that chance of freezing them. They can do a fairly heavy bit of damage, but yeah, so as you can see, they had over 1000 HP, so we're starting to get into these rough end of the stick with the enemies here. But Jesus Christ, look how big they are, it is just beyond me. Anyway, if you go in there, that's a little safe spot from the enemies here. The enemies here can be actually quite dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. And one of those talking bird things that try to save your game. If you talk to the tenders here, they'll talk about how good you smell because that horrible smelling tendakraut, which we're going to be needing this episode. And yeah, so anyway, we're just going to come up here because there is a very valuable item up here, and I kind of really want to get it because it will be useful because it protects us from fire, freeze, and flash attacks or something along those lines. It's the sea pendant. Probably the best item you can get down here. There are a handful of items in the Lost Underworld that you can get your hands on, so I highly suggest you get that if any item. Oh no, there's also Pooh's Last of King's Weapon, or Pooh's Last Armor Piece, or whatever the hell it is. Anyway, if you head across there, if you head up there, or head up north-ish, there'll be a tender there saying, Pokey is not really dead, and he said mean things to the tender people. Unfortunately, the main enemy of this story is not dead yet. We still have to worry about Perky before Gygus. Gygus can wait, because Gygus is an asshole. And look at that orb. That ego orb is almost the size of my ego. Probably even bigger. They go down pretty easily, though. If you use your most powerful freeze attacks, they go down in absolutely no time. I don't actually know if they even do anything, because they just die pretty quickly, and I've never really had any real problems with them at all. I was surprised that they didn't explode, because I was kind of half expecting them to explode. I'm pretty sure they might use some PSI attacks. But anyway, let's head into well, not really Tender Village, it's just a little village here. Everyone is just tiny. These tenders are almost as small as us. And they're in a little dinosaur cage to keep the dinosaurs, and they stole the Tendakraut. Thank God for that. Please, I don't want to deal with them at all. Anyway, if you spend $400 as a little hotel here, there's also a shop, and Broken Trumpet is fixed and we get in the defense shower. Isn't that great? You can get a bit of defensive bonuses. Pretty good. Anyway, the main point here is one of those talking rocks. This was the talking rock that in Lumine Hall or whatever the hell it is. I think it's Hall. But yes, it goes on about the one we need to talk. Yes, I already knew that. I was the chosen one. Destiny of the whole universe. I don't really care about the whole universe, saving the universe. I just want to kick Pokey's ass. Yes, I remember Giant Stat. Gave me power to kick Pokey's ass. So the Your Sanctuary monsters were influenced by Gygus' evil power, and we can see our world. Isn't that great? Yeah, beating that. Yeah, that place was pretty easy. That was the place with all the ran boobs. I don't like mushrooms very much at all. Rats suck, Dalam sucks, and it's Lumine Hole. We just beat that. So kind of up to the final area, Fire Spring, which is just southwest of here. And that will be our final Your Sanctuary location. So we're getting kind of very close to the end of the game. It's coming pretty quickly, really. Well, even though I spent pretty much forever on this LP. But I digress. We come here to talk about the Lost Underworld. Separate tribe, eh? Yes, those tenders are horribly shy. Holy crap, earthquake! And we are nowhere near a geyser, so there's no real point in that earthquake here. Let's play Store! Isn't that a great game for an LP? Could imagine that. I'm just sitting there in a behind a counter selling shit. Don't think it'll be too much of a great game to LP, honestly. But anyway, this store Let's Play thing here will reward our Let's Playing abilities, or lack thereof, with the most powerful, well, main weapons that you can freely get available. And you can also get some coins, which give us a nice defense boost. So we should do that, get the shiny coin, which is better than the lucky coin, and there's bottles of deluxe water. I thought that was only Dalam. Apparently Dalam people are the only ones that drink any water at all. So we just got that Satin Room, and we're just getting another defensive upgrade. I don't really want to play store anymore. That LP was terrible. It wasn't very good. But anyway, now that we have talked to that rock, we can finally access the final Your Sanctuary location after a long grinding, long walk through the Jurassic Park area. This place seriously does remind me of Jurassic Park there, even though the music is kind of really, calm and relaxing, especially considering you are tiny and there are massive dinosaurs everywhere. Thought I'd show you this place. This is the Cave of the Past, and we'll be coming back here very soon. Long story short, it is the last area of the game without spoiling too much. We can't really do anything there now because we haven't gotten all the 8 Your Sanctuary locations. Holy crap, it's another dinosaur. 2 dinosaurs, that isn't very good at all. Anywho, this is the Chomposaur. This thing has a regular melee shield, so it's probably best if you use the neutralizer, or just try to stick to PSI attacks where possible. They don't really have any real definitive weakness, so just use your most powerful PSI. Freeze attack, I suppose. Probably should have used the neutralizer here, but as you can see, Jeff used the heavy bazooka. That sort of came back and bit me in the ass somewhat. Not really too badly. Like, Jeff didn't die or anything, it just came back and did good 128 odd damage. These things can also use PSI fire, so be wary of that. I don't know how they can use psychic powers. I guess they're just breathing real fire. That is just my assumption of things. So freeze gamma here, and that will probably take out the Chomposaur. Look how big those things are. That is probably the largest enemy I've ever seen so far in this game. Guess that gets the whole point of gargantuism. And oh hey, Paula is now level 58. Try to avoid you because I don't really want to talk to you. But if you come up here, this is Pooh's last Your Sanctuary, or not Your Sanctuary, what am I on about? Getting ahead of ourselves. The Cloak of Kings, the last item. Well, even though we only have 3 or 4, because I was too lazy to sit there and grind for the Sword of Kings. But the Cloak of Kings makes this a hell of a lot faster. It does not just improves Pooh's defenses, it also improves Pooh's speed. And I'm going to use a Brain Food Lunch because he's pretty much, I don't know, not really too low on PP, I suppose, and would probably be a good thing to life up Jeff, because Jeff is a horrible, horrible person who decided to use a heavy bazooka and it just deflected back and it was ugly to do that. You see that little hole there, and how we're having another earthquake. What the hell is wrong with this lost Underworld? I guess we are underground, and I don't know, where are the tectonic plates here? Must be a fault line somewhere. There's another ego orb, and I'm just going to quickly take that out. 10 on those guys, as they will recover your HP and PP, and there's also one for status ailments up to the north of this area. Anyway, if we come into this cave, we are about to enter the final Your Sanctuary location, which we'll be taking on next time. So I thank you all for watching, I'll see you guys later. Good night, everybody.